They're coming into the top of the lane. Nothing But Trouble continues to lead this field, holding on to the advantage. A clear one at the moment as they dash toward the furlong pole. Mini Dwak unleashed on the outside. Over on the rail, that's Air of Fire. Moneyman in between horses, but they drive inside the final furlong. It's Nothing But Trouble fighting off Mini Dwak on the outside. Nothing But Trouble beginning to give way. Mini Dwak closing with a flourish on the outside, and Mini Dwak grabs Nothing But Trouble and goes away to win it by maybe 2 lengths. Nothing But Trouble hangs on for second over Last Dance, then Moneyman and Traditional Boy.
As they make their way coming toward the furlong and a half pole, Fidelity, but Salute the Dawn could just stab the overall lead from Fidelity, fighting on into second. Also in the middle, that's Maybell. So it's Fidelity, Maybell, and Salute the Dawn. They're still spread across the track. It looks like Salute the Dawn, just the leader in front of Fidelity, trying to fight Salute the Dawn, and Salute the Dawn goes on to give the Dawkins a double. Then comes Fidelity, Maybell back in third. Not too sure who is fourth.
As they charge now past the 5/16th. Princess Tisi has made some ground, so Wong Don has faded, and Sweet Victory at the back of the field has spread it across the top of the lane. As they're into it now, Papa Grey in between horses. Manny Slam is the one down against the rail. Princess Rhea racing out 3 wide, 4 wide. That's Money Box. The stick comes out in the left hand, but they charge up inside the final furlong. This is a terrific finish. Manny Slam over on the far side. Princess Tisi looking for room against the rail. Money Box asked to come with a kick on the outside. These three abreast, and now Princess Tisi moves through to grab it. Inside the final yardage, no stopping Princess Tisi and Shane Richardson. They win it close. Could be Manny Slam over Money Box, then Papa Grey and Kismet.
As they make their way coming to the 2.5, and it is Tigra Express, and now coasting on that lead, and it could be all over, but there's still 2 furlongs to go. Tigra Express in front, Wilson coming out wide, also coming on, that is Sensational Gold. Sure de Jour is left back against the rail, but this Tigra Express is traveling nicely, coming to the furlong pole. Wilson, though, cutting into that lead. Tigra Express still has a nice cushion, coming to the half a furlong pole. Wilson driven out and coming forward. Tigra Express, and Tigra Express is going on, and Tigra Express going on to win this easily. It's the Sneaky Fox Radish Roman and Tigra Express winning by about 5. Wilson is second, then comes Sure de Jour back in fourth, Sensational Gold.
They've left the 5/16th. They're coming into the top of the lane. Dreamer's Corner pressed now by Altogether. These two move away from the rest. Althia moving down into third spot in the purple, but they run past the 3/16th. Dreamer's Corner just in the lead, and now here comes Altogether on the outside, and Altogether picks it up from Dreamer's Corner. Miss Brayton running on the outside. Althia near the rail with A Brilliant Mind, but up front it is Altogether with that lead. Inside the final 16th, Altogether with the lead. Miss Brayton now comes a calling. Altogether being driven to the max. Miss Brayton closing with a kick on the inside. Altogether possibly just over Miss Brayton. Then Dreamer's Corner, Brilliant Mind, and Althia.
It passing the 3, and it is on the inside. That's Sky Rizzy, just outside of Sky Rizzy. And coming around, that's Princess Ifia, and Sky Rizzy mixing it up on the front end, watching them from third against the rail. That's a charming sound, but it's Sky Rizzy in front of charming sound coming all the while. And now charming sound looks the point coming on the outside. The real identity is wound up and coming with a light, nice looking kick. And the real identity has now struck the front from charming sound, fighting on the rail. The real identity in front, charming sound not has no answers as the real identity in Clive Lynch lands the 6 by about 5. Charming Sound is second. Then comes Always Right running on for third. Sky Rizzy for fourth. Got tied for fifth. Could be either Toots or Power Offer Highness.
Family Feud hugs the rail. Khaleesi now kicking in on the outside. Kimuchi fading back a bit. Pretty Sassy racing on the extreme outside, but they're into the lane. A quarter of a mile to run. Family Feud on the rail being driven out to hold the challenge of Khaleesi the Grey. They drive toward the furlong pole. The race looks to be right here. Family Feud down against the fence. Khaleesi putting alongside, making eye contact, and now Khaleesi puts the head in front over Family Feud. Duchess begins to run at them wide, but it is Khaleesi with that lead. Duchess finishing best of the rest. Khaleesi on the rail under pressure from Duchess. They drive toward the line. It's tight. Duchess on the outside. Khaleesi on the rail. Then Family Feud. Perfect Affair and Pretty Sassy.
Left out of it, the slow starting Unruly down there at the top of the lane. And it is now Wicked Cassie that hits the front, still fighting on against the rail. That's hit and run right in between horses and coming on against the rail. That's Oil Machine, but it's Wicked Cassie in front of Oil Machine. The switch for space, it's Wicked Cassie in front. Oil Machine trying to get to Wicked Cassie. Wicked Cassie still in front. Oil Machine beginning to fly on the outside. Wicked Cassie hanging on from Oil Machine. Wicked Cassie, Oil Machine ahead. Baba in the Emma Chen, very close. Finishing third, that's King Pie. Back in fourth, Buttercup.
They're dashing into the top of the lane, a quarter of a mile to run, just in big time near the rail. A gift from Ben now beginning to tire. Here is Supernatural Power now kicking in widest of them all, and over against the fence. Sensational Move now begins a run, but they arrive at the furlong pole. It is Supernatural Power with the lead. Florindia trying to close along with Sensational Move down against the rail, but Supernatural Power holds a 2-length lead. They drive toward the line. Supernatural Power will take it by maybe 3.5 lengths. Florindia is second. Sensational Move is third. It's very tight for the minors. As they rake their way, leaving the 3, and at the back of the field, it is Roaring Kitty as they come toward the top of the lane. They've left the 5/16th behind them, and Linguist, the favorite, now snatches the lead with Dick Cardenas. One in Love continues the battle down against the rail, but Linguist now has overpowered Woman in Love. Inside the final 3/16th, it is Linguist getting a couple of tacks of the stick, and Linguist now opens up over Woman in Love. Danker further back on the outside. Pretty Perfect down against the rail, but it is Linguist, the rider, wailing away as they're inside now the final 16th. Linguist and Dick Cardenas in the 86th running of the Jamaica Oaks. They lead by 2 and will keep it to the line. Linguist wins it over Woman in Love. Pretty Perfect, Roaring Kitty, and Danker is back in 5th.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.